Hello and welcome, and thanks so much for joining us for what promises to be a fascinating discussion with Sandra Walter. She has been an ascension guide, a master gatekeeper, and a way shower for over 2 decades. Welcome, Sandra.
Oh, thank you so much, sister. It's an honor to share space with you.
And you have been an interdimensional liaison for so many years, communicating with a benevolent group of celestial extraterrestrial beings who are co-creating the ascension for humanity.
Mhm. Yes, exactly. Exactly. My journey started it started in childhood with having contact experiences, but then later in my journey in 99, suddenly on January 1st, 1999, I went suddenly startlingly clairaudient, cognizant, and started receiving all these messages. And I didn't know what was going on at the time, and it was every day. So I was writing them down and sharing them, and they were all talking about this transformation of consciousness and an era of pure creativity and ascension that was going to unfold. And I just diligently wrote down the messages and shared them with friends and stuff, but I really didn't understand what was going on. It was just this beautiful, creative time in my life. So I was like, well, this is just a side effect of all this writing I'm doing and creativity and everything. I'm just starting to hear my guides in a clear way. And then it started getting very predictive about events. And this is in 99. And I started talking about the towers falling and then we're going to rebuild humanity. So in 2001, when 9/11 happened, I was like, I just dropped everything. I was like, are you kidding me? This is really all going to unfold. And I wasn't living in Chicago at the time. So the towers coming down, 9/11 was a big deal if you were in a major city. So I was like, all right, this is it. I'm awake. It was just like everything got shut down. I quit my job. I left my home. I sold everything and went on and started traveling, started going on mission. And it was a baptism by fire for sure. But the messages got longer and more involved. I got more attuned to my own conduit abilities, and it has rolled into what it is today. Delivering these messages for those who were engaging with ascension and wanted to know how, and not just what's going to happen or general advice on open your heart, get into your heart, kind of thing. But they started getting more and more precise. And the more that, and especially when I went to Mount Shasta in early 2012, the intel got very precise. Mount Shasta operates like a crown chakra, so you can get very attuned to your higher self and hear your higher levels very clearly if you spend time up there and have that intention and you're doing all the rest of the work for ascension. And I found it fascinating that they were able, my team, which is mostly just my higher levels, my oversoul higher levels, and masters and galactics and like all these different aspects. But we started kind of merging with them and being able to talk about specifically gate work and grid work for incoming energies. And I ended up being a spokesperson or a representative for that bandwidth of the light worker tribe that was consistently traveling, dealing with timelines, dealing with grid work, dealing with cosmic stargates and stuff that was coming through the sun and other stars. And the intel was always reflecting that, kind of like, hey, on this day, and they would give me lists of cosmic events in December, and then as the year unfolded, it was like clockwork. It was crazy. Just right on with the precision of that. And I found it fascinating. I was like, wow, this is a whole different part of me that I wasn't aware of, skill wise. So my skill set's kind of expanded and gotten into this gatekeeper skill set that has been consistently really amplifying my own process, as well as those that I teach and guide and inspire every week. And that's been consistent every week for, a couple of decades, just providing not just what comes through, but inspiration and maybe interpretations or different perspectives on the ascension process.